Yeah. 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 Talk my shit. Let's go. Don't mean to brag.
Yo, it's another episode of the Black Super Friends. I'm your host, D. Horace Towns, and I'm joined by an illustrious cast named the Black Super Friends. They are my best friends. What's up, Jeffrey Day? Code Red tuned in as always. Everybody that joins in tonight, I tell you, hit that share button for us tonight. We're going to have an interesting show, sure enough. So, you know what? Before we go into our show, we always have to go to our sponsors. And this week, there's a company out of Boca, Tony's Carpet and Flooring. Tony Dynamite is the owner. Get it laid right with Tony Dynamite, where his motto is, whether it's carpet or wood, I'm going to lay it damn good. Tony Dynamite.
Tony. A man after my own heart, I swear.
I don't think that got nothing to do with carpet, Tony. All right. First of all, it's one day after the greatest feat in modern era history if you're a LeBron James fan. Last night, the infamous, legendary Los Angeles Lakers won another championship led by the iconic LeBron James, who some people feel is the GOAT. What is the GOAT? The greatest of all time. And that's the thing. Why can't we just sometimes choose to embrace people for their greatness? So that every time there's a new championship, we get into the whole debate about who's the greatest. Most people believe Michael Jordan's the greatest. You have some people feel like it's Kareem. Some people feel it's Bill Russell. But most people feel right now with him winning another championship, it is the king, LeBron James. So no slack against the Miami Heat because I don't stay far from there. But I must give congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers led by the king, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. So once again, first thing comes up is what? The MJ versus LeBron debate. And I'm going to go to you, Chris, because I'm pretty sure you're going to be like Shannon Sharp on an episode of Undisputed.
Skill. Honestly, I want to first off say congratulations to the Miami Heat because at the end of the day, I never expected to see that. You know what I'm saying? They came in as a fifth seed. They beat a lot of teams that should have been better than them, and I want to take my hats off to them, especially Jimmy Butler. That's an old school player. He's a throwback player. The way that this man laid it all out on the line, I think that was one of the best performances I've seen. I never seen somebody go toe to toe with LeBron like that, and I was just very impressed. But as far as LeBron, man, for me personally, it's nothing that LeBron can do that convinced me anymore. Because at the end of the day, once I seen LeBron win against a 73-win team, that's the number one best record ever in the NBA, and I seen him beat them while down 3-1. He proved to me that he's 1B. I still like Mike. I think Mike is 1A, but I think that LeBron is 1B, and there's nothing that he can possibly do besides this. Now this puts a little icing on the cake, but as for me personally, I still gotta go with Mike. I put it as a bet. Let's say you was betting your money. I tell you that I got one player that has never lost this championship game, and I got another player that's been to this championship game 10 times but lost 6 times. That's 6 times as many. He's lost 6 times as many times as LeBron has. Mike has won. If you was betting your money, I'm pretty sure if it's one championship to win, we'll put it on Mike. So for me personally and my money, I have to go with Mike. What you think, Mario?
Yeah, well, see, I always say too, because we can throw out the facts and everything to equalize everything, but let's not go there. Let's not throw out the statistics and go at your eyeballs. I grew up and watching LeBron play from he was a kid, and I watched Jordan right after in North Carolina. And I must say, after watching both of them, LeBron is a specimen. I've never seen nobody do what he do because I was after the Magic. I really didn't see Magic play as much. But my dad and my uncles and all of them say LeBron reminded them so much of Magic. But that was a little bit before my time. But LeBron, even when I went back and looked at Magic, Magic has nothing on LeBron because that's who I would compare.
Okay.
But me seeing Jordan, I never thought Jordan was gonna ever lose. I never sit down in the game. I don't care who he was playing. I don't care how much time was on the clock. I don't care if it was 2 point. If Jordan has the ball, I never thought he was gonna lose, and I just don't get that same feeling from LeBron. I never seen, and maybe because of social media, I never seen Jordan ask for so much. Then I seen the loyalty. Like the Bulls gave up on Jordan. Jordan didn't give up on the Bulls. So Jordan wanted to finish his career in Chicago. Chicago management let Michael Jordan down in the Bulls. Yeah. So that's the opposite with LeBron. LeBron said, which is understandable. It's the Mayweather effect. I'm going to choose my own path. As a black man, I support that wholeheartedly. But as a basketball fan, I want you to be like me. I go with the Cowboys, rain, sleet, or snow. I'm a Cowboy fan no matter what. Sorry, good, this. That's how I want my players to be to their team. But the only thing I have to say about this is, so to answer the question, I'm an MJ fan, and I feel like Chris. Unless LeBron get 10 more rings and on a team with his son, then it's gonna have to be hell and high water for me personally to think that he better than Jordan. But the last thing I want to say is too, I want to tell people this. People, let's stop bringing in the black man thing to LeBron and Jordan conversation. That's a sports argument. It's a sports debate. It has nothing to do with LeBron personally. Because LeBron personally, I think he's the best athlete I ever seen. Period. He has never been in trouble. He's been married. I'm saying all of my criteria. He's been married. He married his household sweetheart. He came up with no father. He take care of his mom. He's given multiple of his friends jobs. He cares about the community, injustice. He loves the kids. So on that note, LeBron is a man and as a role model supersedes every athlete. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about putting the ball in the hoop and going against each other. So stop bringing up that if you hate on LeBron, you hate on the black man. We're not talking about that. LeBron is not a damn activist, per se. He just involved, and we love that for him. So on the basketball court, I'm going with Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Yes.
Well, I really don't follow sports like I used to. My schedule don't allow it. That was years ago when my beloved Tom Brady, who had the face of an angel, led the Patriots 16-0 to the Super Bowl. I threw a Super Bowl party, and they lost. Mm-hmm. I sat in front of the TV for 3 days, and I just didn't understand how they lost. So that took something out of me. I do want to say, man, I feel like greed and the owners really ruined sports for us. When we look at the Bulls, who knows what Michael Jordan could have done?
Right.
It always comes to the owners who make it about money and make financial decisions and ruin good teams, just to save a few dollars on the red line. But I do want to highlight something, man. When we say Kobe, we say MJ, LeBron, we never mention Kobe. And person that never gets noticed is Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was right up there. He was one of the greatest for a long time. But with the MJ and LeBron debate for a long time, I was probably guilty when it first started. I like LeBron, but I always held Jordan to a higher standard, a plateau, because what I seen this man do against the 50 greatest players, most of them, was amazing. The mentality. But off the court, overall, I would say Michael Jordan is probably the greatest basketball player that ever played. But I would say LeBron is the greatest athlete that has ever played basketball. And that can be contradictory, but I will say the things that I see in LeBron is everything I wish I would have saw in Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, the powers that he had, the money he made, from the Jordan brand to his whole knowing your power, knowing that you are a global icon. I felt like when it came to issues outside of basketball, he could have done more. So to see somebody like LeBron, who is, man, I mean, I could hug that brother. To see him get it, to see him to continue to evolve and grow is something that I champion him for that. You know, black man, married young, had kids, same family. You have not heard of anything about him yet, negative yet. And I hope we never do. You know, people are not perfect, but we just need to recognize greatness when we see it, because sometimes we compare so much till we can't appreciate it. You know what I mean? What's better, Coke or Pepsi? It's all about what you love, what you value, what you think is basketball. So those are my thoughts, man. But salute to LeBron, salute to AD, and salute to Michael Jordan, a Palm Beach County resident. Zabo, you watch basketball?
A little bit, my brother. As I weighed in on it, I'm loyalist as well. I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I grew up watching Mike. I can't turn away from Jordan. But what LeBron does do is phenomenal. LeBron on the court, man, nobody can't do anything with it, man. You just can't, like you said, that athlete persona just comes right out and supersedes everything. But he's not Jordan. I'm quick and short with that one. He's not Jordan. LeBron is who LeBron is, and for that, as black men, we can respect him. And in that sport, you definitely got to give him respect because he's knocking everything down. So, but he's just not Jordan. That's what I get. That's my take on that one.
Yes, Chris.
In other black man sporting news, I love this debate, but in other black man sporting news, you have Raheem Morris as the new Falcons coach. I think it's great because we already been talking about black coaches in the NFL. Now you got one. The only thing that I will say about another thing that's going on in the Atlanta Falcons is Arthur Blank, the owner, just donated $200 million to a children's bank. I don't think no one has a problem with him donating $200 million to a children's bank. But I do not want to hear that you don't want to get into politics and donate on social issues when you just donated $200 million to a children's bank. I'm 100% for children, but their children lives are equal to me as in black lives and social justice and police reform and all the other social things that goes on in the black community. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, well, that's interesting.
And say interim because we got our fingers crossed that he can make the threshold of becoming another black coach because it's not many. It's not many.
Well, I'm glad he got the job. But there are three teams that are epically bad. They're the Cowboys, the Falcons, and the Dolphins. So,
the 5 championship Cowboys.
That's all right.
That rain your golden years. When you were golden, you had no money.
They didn't even wear helmets back then.
Right. There you go. Let you know. They didn't have all the calls that the GOAT that your self-proclaimed GOAT needed. He's not looking so goatish in Tampa.
Hey, he has the face of an angel, okay? While we're still in trending news, I want to say, City Boys on the win. City Boys winning. My boy bought that car seat. My boy flew out to Vegas. I seen Cardi B had that Newport in her finger. I said, things are going to be A-okay at home. So shout out to Cardi B and Offset because this might be a lesson of y'all mind y'all business and wish people for the best when it comes to these young marriages. What y'all thought about that trending news that's on the internet, Mario?
Well, I thought it was exactly what you said. First of all, people got to stay out of married people business. That's for one, because that right there, when you actually married, then you know you can do a lot of stuff, but it's hard to just get a divorce. It takes a lot of walking and thinking, and you can say it all day, but to actually go down there and sign them papers is a whole nother story. Two, I think that Offset kind of got like a little reckoning and said, I would feel like this. This is my point of view. And I could be 100% wrong. But I think Cardi is young, rich, and living her life harmlessly. I think she likes to shake her butt, enjoy her friends, get drunk, wear small stuff, and enjoy herself. but then come home to her husband and her daughter. I think Offset, as most men on this show can attest, once a man get to a certain age, all the cheating get done, all this gonna get done. You kind of want to get more reserved and more settled down, and you start looking at your queen, and you like, let's us settle down. But she didn't agree to the settling down. She still want to have fun. So then he probably was implementing rules that she never signed up for, and here comes the bickering back and forth. And then because she said it wasn't about cheating. So it was probably about that. Hey, come on, you gonna wear this out? Come on, man, stop shaking your butt. Come on, man. But I think he understood that. You know what? I'm gonna lose it all. Let me shut the hell up. Enjoy this, because at the end of the day, she ain't probably fucking nothing, and just let her have fun with her friends. Because me bickering ain't worth losing my wife. That's what I got from it.
What Mario? Well, the funny thing was, she actually. Well, this was one of the news stories said that she got divorced before he cheated on her.
Right.
Which, you know, so I thought that was an interesting story. I know for a young man, both of them are still young. Both of them got money. Hell, if I was Offset and he might have got a little tender, he couldn't have handled the thought of somebody dancing and jumping on top of Cardi B. You know what I mean? His baby's still young. That's a heck of an image. We see local people lose their mind and had domestic violence because they can't accept that they messed up or she didn't moved on. And to add, nothing against Cardi, but most men and women born into poverty, people that get money still have the same problems. I'm not saying she had problems, but if you lack maturity, or if you still have some trauma from your childhood, you got money that allows you to go out and have some vices and allow you to act out. But that don't mean you don't still have things inside that you need to resolve. But let's be real, Cardi B makes $8 million monthly on OnlyFans. Yeah, OnlyFans, $8 million a month. She already making money. So somebody who was just in Queens Village in a 2-bedroom apartment with her mama, she's a hustler, get successful. Now I got $100 million, right? And I want to get married because I think that's the right thing to do. This is my boo. But now real life hitting us. So I always cheer for them. But marriage is more than that fairy tale, man. This city girls era, I see people getting married, but she's still a city girl.
Hey, can I say one more thing for Dago? One thing too, I want to commend that Offset. The thing that they call masculine, toxic masculinity. He's showing that right now in a so-called rapper, gangster, whore, or whatever they want to call. He putting all that aside, and he's being vulnerable and transparent to get his wife back. Wrong or right? I'm just saying you don't see too many men of that stature lay it all on the line and don't care about getting clowned, talked about, or anything to get his family back. And I think that's getting overlooked here and all the other stuff. But a lot of times, like right now, he's doing whatever it takes to get his wife back anytime he sees that ass walking out the door.
Mario, before we go to Chris, every time he see that thing clapping on OnlyFans and thinking about all day, she get 1,000 jokers shooting a shot at her. He probably like, I know the things, I know that little thing she do. If I lose her, she gone. Chris.
Well, I say it like this. I remember you did an interview with Nate Simone, which was a good interview. You guys should have really, really checked that out. You said something about that. You said that you wish the best for this couple, and I really thought you was being facetious, but I agree with you. But I thought you was joking, but I see that you really wasn't joking, so I want to bring that up. What I think is, here's my theory on this. I think that this is just symptoms of early marriage, period. That's just how I look at it. Here's my theory. What happened was this. Offset meets Cardi. Cardi probably one of the finest women he's ever met. He gets with her. He smashed. They start doing the 3-way thing. So now he's getting the smash and he's getting the 3-way. He's thinking that this is the best situation he's been in. So you want to marry her. You marry her. You keep on going. You get her pregnant. She have a baby. If it's one thing I think that we all can attest to is that once she have a baby, especially her first one, once she have a baby, that woman, that's a totally different woman now. So now you're dealing with a woman that done changed, and you thinking, okay, well, shit, I still want to, get my 3-way on, do my thing. You don't want to. She don't want to do that anymore. So now what you do? You try to do it on the slide, but you can't really do it on the slide because any girl that you hit try to tell your business and tell Cardi to try to get famous. So you get caught. You probably get caught. She probably take you back and get caught again. And now she really mad. So now she got to make a scene. She got to say, okay, I've been telling you not to cheat on me. Now I'm gonna go get a divorce and all this other shit. They make it loud. Now you really see that she's being serious. So now what you got to do? You got to make up for it. You buy, take on the trip. You buy a nice car, whatever, and she comes back to you. At the end of the day, I think the lesson that we need to learn here is for men, don't waste your time trying to figure out how to be faithful. Waste your time how to figure out how to be rich. And you can cheat all you want. Zay?
Oh man. That's a synopsis. No, I think what you said, Mario, I've been looking at with Offset, and two words come to mind with me. One is commitment and perseverance. I do have to commend him because something we spoke of last week when we were talking about the children. He's being a fool for what he believes in, and we talked about going all the way out about our kids. You know what I'm saying? Which even if that means shaming yourself publicly or whatever for their betterment, that's okay. Well, for the betterment of his marriage, he doesn't care about publicly shaming himself. He knows what he wants. He knows who he loves. Like you said, I think that was just a pissing contest of sorts with the both of them, where he put out a demand and she's young and rich and empowered, and she just didn't want to back down, which is another subject that we talked about, women and their humbling to their king, so to speak. But what I've seen with him, I've seen him on a post and making reference to his hair and wanting to know how to dye his hair. And someone shot a shot at him about Cardi. He like, hey, call her, help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? Bring her back home. He want his boo, which I like that because I think that a lot of men, we let social media, both men and women, come into play in our relationships. It's a test of when something happens inside of that relationship, especially marriage, don't run to social media right off the gate to voice your disdain or your complaints. Fix that inside your house. That should never have been any of our business as fast as it was. But unfortunately, that was the case. I do have to commend Offset because you have not heard a derogatory word towards her, regardless of what was going on, when everyone assumed that it was cheating, that he was doing, oh, he got caught cheating again. He a dog. Y'all don't even know what's going on. Y'all not even married. And y'all worrying about somebody else's business. Truth be told. But he persevered. That commitment that he made at the altar to his wife, I see him sticking to that. I think that speaks volumes to the young men that are coming up. Even for some of us old dogs who looking like, dang, I didn't think I could get married. You see a young man doing it who has more resources, like you said, Chris, to go out and just do whatever he wanted. But he said that this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do. And that perseverance to go through that little young, I'm going to call it ignorant stage that women have when they get a taste of money and they have a man that they feel like he can't tell them what to do, pull these moves. He's still sticking in there and saying, all right, I see you acting out of character right now. I'm going to let you cut up, but I'm letting you understand that I ain't going nowhere. And I think that speaks more volume than anything else. Last but not least was a piece, it was a clip, something similar Super Scent had put up about her getting into an altercation with her child's father and not wanting him to go somewhere. And then, the sister jumping in and calling the cousin into the mix and her telling both of them, stay out of this. Because at the end of the day, and with everything that's going on, I'm probably going to go back to that man. And this is what those friends that are in Cardi's ear, who really probably don't mean her no good, should have probably taken a lesson from that chapter in her book and kind of just mind y'all business and encourage the positivity versus the fuck shit. Excuse me. But yeah, that's what I got on that.
But see, this is what I think. I think that it goes back to what I was saying before. I think that this is the symptoms of early marriage. See, if you didn't date a long time, this normally these things happen during the dating period, during the dating phase. You get through all this stuff, and then you go into the marriage phase. When you don't take the time to date, learn the person, and go through these, because what happened is with Offset he's coming to the realization of what you mean? I really gotta sleep with just one woman for the rest of my life? Like that's it? Like you're serious? You're serious about that? And that's and then you go through monogamous withdrawal. So now you've been screwing around since you was probably like 16, 17 years old. And now you have to be monogamous. And it's probably finally hitting them like, God damn, I didn't know she really meant, because at the beginning I was getting 3 ways, and now all of a sudden you just want me to cut the faucet off. So that's what I think. I think that this is what happens when you don't take the extensive time that it takes to date before you get married. That's just what I say.
I disagree. I actually think, Chris, to be honest to you, with that situation, it's more similar to what Mario said. We have an ideal of how our queen should be, right? And like you said, we did our time as far as everything that we're gonna do. And now it's like, oh, okay, we need to be this model couple, like you need to carry yourself a certain way, and this, that, and the other. You forget that everything evolves. So like Mario said, she's young, she's rich. She still wants to do the ratchet stuff with her friends. She's just not come to that place in her life where maybe this ain't what my husband want to do, or got an understanding with him. So they got to work some things out.
You need to pick her like she's a queen. You need to pick a queen.
Leon Phelps.
I don't know.
A woman who won that. Both of them are mega superstars. Cardi B and most women that have money, she can go and have sex with one man the rest of her life. You asking a young dude from the project with all his money who is not matured and sold his royal oats. That bull still got a lot of Formula One in them balls. So,
but he made a decision.
That's what I'm being unbiased. Listen. I usually sit back and I'm not going for that, Leon Phelps. Listen, I want to address this comment, guys. Poor Offset with money who didn't know how to treat his wife. She has a whole case trying to keep her marriage intact. It's amazing between the men and women. I highlight that comment because it's amazing how we be so far apart from both sides of the fence. Offset didn't know how to treat his woman, but she said that I was divorcing him before he cheated on me again. So maybe that's a trigger. There's some trauma for when he did cheat, where there was unresolved, where she's still hurt. So he didn't do anything after that. She the one filed a divorce. He didn't see it coming. So how do we victimize the man who made a mistake in a marriage? Because in marriage, you're going to have many mistakes. You can have a lot of mistakes. Mario, what you think about that?
See, this is a touchy situation because I do feel like both of y'all, everybody making great points, but just from the outside looking in, we have to agree. Maybe y'all don't agree that every man get to a point where he feel like I might not stop, but I feel like I don't want to do everything I used to do. Like I don't want to just be out here as much. You know what I'm saying? Another thing to do that is the vision of a family to a man who never really had that in his life. Like I know, you know what I'm saying? Like now, if I was Offset and I see like, yeah, you're right. I'm out here, I'm doing all this, but I've been doing all this for a while. And then I finally got a woman who I feel is my equal, who I respect. And I'm talking about who like she bring in money too. She got money, I got money. I can get any woman, she can get any man. Like now we equal. And then we got a baby right now, and we the who's who of couples right now. So now it's almost kind of like I see my other brothers, I'm trying to talk to them. I'm kind of stepping back slowly, but I'm stepping back. But I feel like Cardi, like I'm just hanging out and I'm doing this and doing this. But then she's stepping back on stuff that he not stepping back on. I believe you're right. She cut the threesomes and all that out and got serious in that department, but she still wanted to act like she was hanging out a stripper. Because at the end of the day, Cardi likes stripping. She like that's gives her enjoyment. She likes to shake her ass and shit like that. It might not be by fucking. She just likes to shake her ass and wear small things. That's her job. But I don't know no man. I don't matter how much money you got or how much pussy you got. I don't just know no man who wants his wife to just be constantly shaking her ass all around the place and half naked.
Right.
That's what I wanted to say. That was my point in a sense, Mario, where I was saying that he made a comment that now that they have a daughter, he wanted her to evolve. He wanted to see something different. We argued that, well, that should have been a conversation before the kids and whatnot. But I'm gonna say this: as a dude, he probably feel like he bringing enough money. So could it be a situation where I got a chick who making buku money? I can't tell her nothing. I can't control her, because on OnlyFans, this my wife, the mother of my daughter, who is peeling it back on OnlyFans for $19.99. I'm assuming.
No,
monthly.
Well, DJ Academics, I have never signed up for OnlyFans. When he said Cardi, I seen in one of their shows, and he said Cardi is making so much money the intended way for OnlyFans. For OnlyFans was really started for rappers and everything to answer questions and have a pipeline to your fans. And then they were saying it's miraculous that how is she making that much money, not busting it open and actually just talking about the stuff that we're talking about. Like, but now you're hearing it from Cardi. So for all the nosy people who want to know her business and all that kind of stuff, so she clicks on her computer, sits there and talks about her life, and she makes what you just said the number again, just
8 million
for people listening to gossip.
Verified.
That's crazy. That's even worse than busting it up. Like, so now you got people who just want to be nosy. 8 million.
8 million. 8
So
million.
if Cardi made a question from a viewer, if Cardi made the same mistake, the narrative would be completely different. Do y'all agree?
What's the narrative? I don't think we said no. I don't think what's the narrative?
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is this. The thing is this. Like, here's the thing. This is my dilemma with that. If you tell me that you are against cheating, if that's what you've been telling me and you've been proclaiming this forever, then we're not comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges. If you don't want to cheat, then that makes it totally easy for you. If Offset likes cheating, then it's not the same thing. If she the one saying, I don't know if she said, "Oh, I like cheating." I think that she was probably coming in here saying that, "Oh, I want to be with one man." So you can't compare the two. If she's doing something that she wants to do, she wants to be faithful, and that's what happens with most men. We get. What if she was doing it to you? Well, then is that what she want to do? Do she really truly wants to have sex with other men? Because if that's the case, if she truly do, then she know exactly how I feel, and she need to stop villainizing me for wanting to have sex with another person when you do, or it's not what you want to do, and now you just it comes super duper easy to you. While being faithful actually is a chore for me. I actually have to not hang out with this person. I actually have to not go here. I actually have to work on my faithfulness and my commitment. You do it like it's simple. So we got to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges when we make that decision.
To answer that question, I think that's
might be something you struggle with.
Man, I think to answer that question, I think when do you know enough is enough? I think that's to each his own. To everybody, tolerance level is different on everything. Just like Chris said, some women don't put cheating high up on their own list. So start grouping them in. Some women care about stability and being taken care of more than they care about their man sticking their dick. That's some women, believe it or not. And if they do, you can't just put them in there and then put her in the group and say you feel sorry for her when she don't even give a damn. She give a damn about her purses coming in a row, or this coming in a row, or her son staying her son. So it depends on that person, I believe. I believe however high you got that up on your list, if that's your number one negotiable, then do what you got to do. Leave.
Now you got.
How serious was this divorce if a Rolls Royce got things back on track?
Right, that's my point. That's my point. Yeah, I'm saying if it's that bad to you, if cheating is I can't take this no more. I can't sleep at night. It's nothing in my world. Well, leave. If it's that bad, I'm saying if it's don't get me wrong, cheating is bad. I'm not advocating. I'm just saying if it's that bad, if it's the worst thing a man can do is cheat. If it breaks you down, if it's the leave.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It takes nuts to leave. It's one thing for you to say something and but you don't have the balls to actually leave. It's not easy. Look, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's not easy to break a woman's heart and leave. That's not an easy thing. It is emotional toll on you. It is not an easy thing. But the point is, if you can't do that, if you don't have the balls to walk away, then you gotta stop fucking complaining. You gotta stop complaining about it.
And I'm gonna say this. This is the elephant in the room. And maybe most women don't really understand this. But if women talk to their so-called homeboys like they say they do, then you would know what I'm finna say. 90% of the men who catch their wife or a woman who they love cheating don't leave the first time. Most of they might not come tell. See, that's the stuff that
Mhm.
men talk about everything, except for
Right.
if I catch my wife cheating, that's not something I'm gonna bring to the fellas. I'm gonna cry in dark and try to suck it up because I don't want the fellas looking at her any kind of way, and I'm looking like a stupid dog. I have talked to a lot of married men, and I was flabbergasted at the stories I've heard from couples. I looked at like, no. And then a lot of times it be the woman done cheated. But the man, like I never told nobody, I just sucked it. Because a lot of time, a man, if it can be up under the ropes, his pride and ego not hurt.
Mhm.
And he don't want to let her go. So
Mm.
most of the time a man blows up and do all that is because it's his pride, and too many people know. But if that man finds out solo that his wife, most of the time the man is not going nowhere. He's gonna be mad and he gonna do all this stuff and go to the club. But all of us also know that it don't matter how mad you are. If that woman got you in that point of your heart, you can sleep with 20,000 girls. You still gonna go home and be mad and sad that she gone. So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So most men don't leave. They say they're gonna leave, but they don't.
They actually turn up, be honest to you, Mario.
nuts.
Because it's one of them things where it's a mono y mono thing, and it's like, oh, what this nigga did that I can't do for you. So he tries to turn it up, like you said, in secret and quiet. He doesn't do what the woman do. Women are emotional, and I say this sometimes, and men are logical, where their first thing to do is lash out and let everybody know, whoa, what happened to me. A man has too much pride to say, whoa, my lady was over here getting bust down by this dude. He got it. All right, baby, we got to fix this. What happened, doing pretty much what Offset is doing. He's not bashing Cardi, like I said, but he's trying to figure out how can I fix this. And in his mind, a double R gets it, a trip to Vegas gets him where he needs to be. And whereas a simple pauper as myself, you feel me, I may have to take you out, see what's going on with you, ask you some more questions, become more clingy, or stand in the paint a little bit more to figure out where my shortcoming was, where I left the back door and allow somebody to creep in. But that's never ever discussed by women.
So what I think is what pisses I can't speak with I speak for me. What would piss me off more is not the fact that you're cheating. The fact that ever since I got with you anytime somebody bring up cheating, you just like, oh, that's you don't gotta cheat, you can leave. And every time you always disrespect cheaters, you think cheaters is the worst thing in the world, and then all of a sudden, if I cheat, then you cheat. If you thought cheating was bad, it was the worst thing in the world, then you wouldn't cheat. Nothing could make you cheat, because I guarantee you, if that woman caught you in a threesome, she wouldn't go get two guys to run a train on her. So it ain't equal. You know what I'm saying? It ain't.
Don't say that, Chris. It's
Bro,
something that will. But I know some that go eye for eye.
But that's the what is anomaly? We talking about the average woman who sit here saying, "I don't want you to cheat." They don't want two dicks. I'm saying that they don't want that. So they're asking you to do something that they don't want. Like they don't want that anyway. Anyway, I agree with that point. That point, whether you like it or not, is the truth. Like most women who are asking you not to cheat, they don't want to cheat. So they're asking you to do cheat that they wake up in the morning and not want to do anyway.
Yeah. So when you do cheat, I'm pissed about that. This whole time you've been demonizing me, and you just as big as a demon as me. You cheated. It makes no difference what the excuse is. If you've been whole platform the whole time has been, I don't like cheaters. Cheaters are bad. Cheaters are bad. It doesn't make a difference what I do. It shouldn't be able to make you cheat. Period. Right. And if you do cheat, that means you always wanted to cheat, and you just like me, and you know exactly where I'm coming from in this. That's what I say.
Go ahead, Tour.
No. I was switching gears. I try to get us in there because I see I'm loving the comments, so we might double back on it. Since we got the latest man, who I like to call Leon Phelps, Dora Explorer, Carmen San Diego. This is a viewer question, man. Yeah, you are number one stunter. You've been a few places, Abo. One place I'm gonna ask all of you guys. A viewer want to know one place that you have traveled to and you have loved.
For me, I'm going to say Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The most beautifulest place I've been to all my life so far. I still got some more traveling to do. I got family there. I've been going there since I was a kid, and it just never ceases to amaze me. From the falls to the water parks to just, it's clean. I've never been anywhere that's that clean. It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's That's if you get a chance to go there, you want to check that out. That's the place for me. You shaking your head. You been there before?
Who you talking
Yeah.
me?
Your
Hard.
Negro took me.
No.
Mario, Hardy, what about you?
I'm gonna do the opposite. I went to a little place called Belize, and I've been a lot of places. And I went to Belize on a trip that I really didn't want to go. It was a couples trip. If anybody know me, they know that I don't like to go with a whole bunch of people, especially people I don't know. So I went on a couples trip with my wife, but she wasn't my wife then, and her friends. And one of her friends was actually, they didn't know this, but one of her friends, her boyfriends, me and him kind of cool. And he told me from the beginning that he was going to get engaged. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, I don't know how this is going to turn out because I know she didn't know, how it go. But I went on this trip like very nervous because I was like, man, it's going to be 4 women. 2 of them I know, the rest of them I don't know. And now I'm going to know like it's going to be 3 other dudes who I don't know. So you know how that could go. You just don't know how couples go. But we rented it was 3 houses on the island. It was right outside of Belize. And it came with a waiting staff and all some player shit. This was my beginning years of traveling. So I'm just blown away. Like oh man, this shit real life. We had a boat guy and all kind of shit. So then me being myself, I did everything. I drove the boat. I went to clubs. We flew a plane to the city of Belize. It was on the outside. He let me sit in the cockpit with the pilot. He let me hold the airplane for a while. Then the people there. Let me tell you, if you ever go to Belize, and I always want all us to do it one time, because those are the happiest people of every denomination I've ever seen in my life. It's Spanish people, Jamaican people, all kind of stuff mixed in one. So they speak like 12 different languages, but everybody there is happy as hell and always want to help you. And you get that a lot of times in most places when you go to tourist part. But if you know Belize so small, it ain't a real tourist part. It's just home. So it's not a lot to do. But when you're talking about just quality of people, time, and just culture, I mean, I love Belize. What about you, Chris or Tootie?
Okay, well, me, before we get into that, I want to make a side note. I want to give a big shout out to my 2 nephews. One of them had a birthday just yesterday. Easy E, Elijah, I want to say I love you, nephew. And my other nephew is having a birthday on the 20th. Dank, I love you. I just want to give a shout out to them. But so traveling, I personally haven't been a big traveler. I'm more domestic traveling instead of international, but I have went international. My first trip was for my boy wedding in St. Martin, and I have to say that it was almost like getting a hotel on Singer Island, because that situation was in it was it's a resort, and then it's a hood. So what I see, that was a great experience for me, because even the what's it called, the bartender, he could sell you weed and coochie. So
That's how it is now.
it was going down in St. Martin. So for me, that was my first international trip. We all went together, and it was an experience. Now, me personally, I didn't wander out too much because it was my first time out of the country, and I was bit nerve a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I really was kind of like, let me stay around this resort and get everything I need here, and because it was my first time. So next time when I spread my wings a little bit more, and we'll see what's going on from there. But
come with me, my brother.
It was
come with me.
Okay.
Come with me.
Tootie, what about you?
Well, Gonzarelli, Leon Phelps took my answer. The best place I ever been was Toronto. Toronto looks like Disney World. Like, you can't throw no trash on the ground. They have pride there. And even though I'm not a cannabis user, I've never seen cannabis that looks like that over there. So from the forest to the city, Toronto is amazing. I can't describe it. It's just a vibe. You know what I mean? Being there, just a vibe. I pretty much say that Toronto is probably my favorite place. And second would probably be, if I had a lady, I would take her to I would take her to St. Martin, simply because she can't go nowhere. So you can get it in, go downstairs, eat at any of the restaurants you want. The beach right there, topless, the pool right there. I mean, it's a real vibe. St. Martin, that's one-stop shop. Anything you need is right there.
Trust me,
Everything.
anything you need.
Yep, and
Shout
that's
You
out,
know one thing too.
wait, wait.
I was gonna tell you about with Canada
Shout
that
out
I
to one of
really
my
really
people. No, shout out to one of my peoples on the trip that almost got sex traffic going in the wrong room at a strip
where the hell
club.
at? Let me leave
Yeah.
a comment.
Shout out to
We
that
weren't calling our
cab driver.
names.
Shout out to that cab driver. I miss you, my brother. You already know.
Bruh, the man went into a back room and the girl's like, take me with you. Take me with you. I'm like, I think something's going on here. So
Was that those Russian strippers?
yeah.
Oh man, all of them 6'2".
Everything about that place smelled like sex trafficking. I'm like,
especially when the guy come out and say, "You guys have good time. You come."
listen,
You talking about Boris?
when your buddy got lost, I said, boy, I thought you was on the back of a ship by now getting stuck in thing because you miss it. Like there's so many trap doors in there.
Real, they hit the button on that. It was women coming out of everywhere. I'm like, oh, we just regular Americans.
Yeah, that's what the problem.
Yeah, well, you can't help nobody get off an island that only, unless you got a boat standing by, you was in deep trouble trying to leave St. Martin, St. Martin.
You know the one thing I'm mad about St. Martin, bro? We never went to St. Bart's. We should have took that trip. I think that when we go back, we got to go to St. Bart's.
You know,
how we missed that, I don't know.
The weather had messed up.
Oh, it did. Right.
We were trying to go.
That was something that I wish we would have got to do together because not many people get a chance to go to St. Bart's. We could have checked that off the bucket list as well.
Okay. I said it 3 times. Listen, so closing out, right? I want to ask a question that I'm going to ask Chris to think about our sponsors before we get animated. You too, Gonzarelli. And this has been a trending thing on a lot of social media outlets. And the reason I said that is because this city girl era, man, everything is about I'm cute, so take me here and do this. And you'll have the groupies now where they're saying they're getting flued out. That was the term a couple of months ago. So, a basketball, to me, random chick, I don't know, I flow out, bang, 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 and she get flew back. But to them, that's a vibe now. So, to each his own. My question to you guys is, if you flew someone out or invited them on a paid trip, do you expect sex, or is the other person obligated to have sex or have sexual activities while on that trip? That's a question. I want to go to the date doctor first.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so here's the thing. If it's 2 things I don't ever suggest a man do is expect sex from a woman or demand sex from a woman. And under no circumstances should you expect sex from a woman or demand it. I don't care what you did. I don't care how much money you spent. I don't care what time she came over. I don't care what she got on. Don't expect it and don't demand it. And most definitely do not take it. Now, I think the question you should ask yourself is, why would you take somebody on a trip that you haven't had sex with? That it's a question whether you should have a sex. If you're going to have sex with her. It's levels to this. I said this on the date doctor before. Wives get vacations, girlfriends get trips, and smashers get getaways. Simple as that. I think that if you live by that kind of code, then you'll be on the right path. Now, at the end of the day, I think that anytime you're going on a trip out of town, anything over the weekend, anything where you're in a room, you want to get your nastiest lady, because you want to be able to go out there and get stupid drunk, have a great time, and get some of the most nastiest, sloppiest, ridiculous, jumping off the wall, all on the banister, on the dresser, in the closet.
We get it, Chris.
I'm saying at room service in the morning. Okay. Well,
how about the time machine, man?
My bad. Mario, your turn, Mario. We wore it effort,
Well,
reward, time, and effort. You should be taking the woman out, and she ain't done none of that. You done flew her out, man. Come on, man. Mario, you go ahead.
I think that you hit it on the head. If I was giving somebody advice,
That's
I
what
would
he
say,
said.
don't. Pause. I would say, don't expect it. But let's be real. Every time a man caught that ticket, he's like, every time. There's not a time a man in the time of buying tickets have he ever bought a ticket and then thought he was gonna punch that ticket.
Just hang out.
There's no way you can tell me that. So if I was to have to tell, because we got my nephews and stuff in the comment, should you? No. But being realistic, of course. And I think if women was realistic, they'll know, like they say, they know what you want. It's just if they're gonna give it to you or not. But they know when you caught that ticket and did everything you did, the least you can do. Because why else would you be coming?
Even the travel planner get a commission.
That's what I say. And then I understand, like, why would a woman want to go? Because women love sex too. Let's not act like that. So why would a woman want to fly clear across the world or go on a trip and be a couple of days with somebody and hold her loins or hold her once? That's crazy. I'm not going on no trip with no woman and then I can't have sex. I don't even want to go. I stay where I'm at. But that's another story. Horace.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this. I'm real thrifty with my dollars, so there's no way I'm going on a trip with someone that I haven't smashed or it's still a 50-50. In fact, I might be, if we didn't talk long enough, I might be keeping up with her period myself.
Hey, that's another thing you better learn. You better have timing on.
Yeah. Sure. Make sure I don't get shortchanged. No, you ain't gonna use that on me.
Go to Red Robin.
Yeah. So if I go on a trip, most trips are off for me. You know what I mean? But if I go there, I'm definitely trying to make some memories. So I don't want to go back to Juvie, one of his scriptures. If I'm in the room with a chick, okay. All right. So Zabo.
Man, I think it kind of goes without saying. I'm looking at Shantae Renee say that's why you buy your own ticket. That's why you go on girls trip.
No, baby.
Don't do it.
Don't
do it. It says if we pay for it. It says if we pay for it. But the answer, Dawn, she said that should have been a prior conversation. Dawn, what's understood don't even need to be said. You know, when you start talking about going out of town, women already, I think, know what's going on. Like my good brother said up there, women like it just as much as men do. Things get hard just as much as they get wet. So things got to be dealt with. If we are going out of town and we've talked about this, that conversation was already in the fine print. It's up there with dinner. When a guy asks you, you know, let me take out, you know, he wants to feed you. Women kind of know that's the segue to sex. Like, and this is the foreplay right here, the dessert afterward. You know what I mean? So what you think a trip gonna be?
I know a lot of women who will put their asterisk in there and be like, I don't mind going, but I'm just gonna let you know up front. It ain't gonna be. I respect that,
and that's cool. Yeah,
I respect the woman who say, "Hey, I'm letting you know you can buy the ticket all you want to. I don't mind hanging out at time, but don't think we gonna do nothing. Thank you, ma'am. Hey,
right.
I want to
not purchase.
Let me change that. One, please, garçon.
Listen. We had a buddy. That used to use this line on chicks. He said he didn't know if she want to smash or not, so he'll lay down and say, "Do your business with me." He said it worked all the time.
Yeah. Hey,
have your way.
Really? I
think just like how we go out of there.
Arguing with somebody on the island. But that's the worst thing to be doing. But I don't have time to be going back, especially because no women on the island, they doing anything to get to
everything.
I'm trying to tell you.
If you don't know, you better know. That's why young Tyler, I heard him say he ain't been nowhere. But boy, when you start going, we're gonna punch that passport for you. Because once you get out there, you're gonna understand what's a whole other world. And a lot of other places you go, this kind of mockery and debacle that we have to go through, it
ain't like that.
Come as you are.
The royal penis is clean, your highness. All that good stuff. You hear me?
Let me stop. So we joking and all that, but how much of a conversation that got to be? Like, why would someone go on a trip? Like, you going on a trip? You're a single woman going on a trip with a guy. He's paying for everything. How can you not think in his mind that he's doing this to get the bingo bango?
I want to know that question. I want to ask the audience, like women.
Yeah, I want to hear that, ladies.
Why would you go on a trip and not
put yourself in that situation?
Like,
right.
Yeah, I want to know that.
I definitely want to know.
Like, why would you?
Yeah, I need to know that because working for a green card. Oh,
hey, you go to the Royale, cha-ching.
Yeah,
less than that.
I was going to Cuba to get me a whole new family. Damn COVID.
I'm talking about at the 2-for-1 specials. International is.
They want to sight.
International.
They want to sight. National Field Station. They want to
get a telescope.
You can go online for that. Don't they got what's that app for that? Zillow.
That's what you go girls trips for. Listen,
Thanks.
my wife go on girls trips. They get together, they buy their outfits, they go
on ticket,
do all that kind of stuff. That's what you do with your friends. I'm saying when a man asks you, hey man, I was thinking about going to Puerto Rico for a getaway 4 days. You want to come? What? In your head, you know right then, I ain't having sex with you. Why would you say yes?
Yeah.
So it should be no. Don't be in the neighborhood. Don't be
a user. You try to have sex with me once you get in those Puerto Rican white beaches.
all these drinks in this open bar.
Yeah.
Listen, like Chris said, you never expect sex, right? But if I'm dating somebody and she tell me that that's on the menu, boy, in my younger years, I have flew and drove a lot of miles for the night to get some amazing hours in. Yeah. I have been a fool with my money. What? Man. What you? Oh, really? I'm on the flight Delta. 1 hour 45 minutes. I'm in the ATL. Boom. But next morning, 6 p.m. flight. I'm back in Palm Beach. Listen, man. Listen, something about that. The thing at the end of the rainbow.
I'm also saying that. What about us? Like, you know how what level I'm finna turn this up to? If I done paid for the trip out of town, I'm finna turn this up.
I'm about to be juvenile.
I'm finna be goddamn Golden Corral over here, man.
I'm about to be
for you.
I'll be juvenile, sitting by the hotel window. John said, I agree with you all on that. She should know what's expected, but you said don't demand it, don't expect it. Had a conversation. Yeah, we said that.
I don't expect.
I'm not
even taking you. I'm not. If I haven't smashed, I'm not even taking you. And if I'm smashing, I know your period cycle going on, so I'm not even planning the trip around that. Like I want to have I want to go to this trip and have as much fun and enjoyment and peace and whatever I can. I want to have the nastiest. I want to do things that's illegal in the States. Internationally, I'm trying to tell you. So I'm not even finna waste my time. I'm sorry, I'm not finna waste my time. We can go on a date domestically, but if we going on a trip, if we going anywhere that requires a couple of hour car trip and on a room, it don't even have to be out the country. I'm gonna want to turn up. That's just me.
Yeah. Well, I want to mention, and I don't condone this, but the word date by definition is what, fellas?
Tell it, Chris. What is dated acronym for?
Happy ending.
Dick at the end. That is a real definition. Sorry to the viewers, but I must give information. That's what I'm here for.
Hey, you're a wordist.
For
your talents.
Okay, so Shante Renee say, well, Pastor Renee, pay Renee. Let's be honest, real women are going on the trip for the trip and the D. I hope she
Thank
is.
You, Renee.
No,
yeah,
gonna be coming and going.
Thank you.
She's gonna be coming and going all weekend. Gary, for real.
Or said they want to take the trip for free. That word free gets in a lot of entanglements. That free trip, you gotta pay for it, not monetarily, but it's gonna come out your ass literally. That's how that goes with most guys. I'm sorry.
Pause.
Xavier, you and these words. Listen, I will say this lately. I just have a problem with the city girl era. Every time I bring it up, I get attacked by the audience. This city girl era, there's a lot of delusion out here. Everybody fine. Everybody going to the same doctor. They must got one body that they do. Cause everybody look the same. Everybody getting that surgery and then they be like, oh, I took the Nutri-T or whatever that is. It must be just the same damn surgery.
Give me them perfect imperfections. I'm sorry. Give me them perfect imperfections. I like the stretch marks. I like it.
I love stretch marks.
I don't need a builder back. I just don't, and I never in my life played with dolls. Give it to me real. Give it to me imperfect. Give it to me just fresh off the tree. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want.
I think every man, understand that and understand the beauty. That's the beauty of a black woman. They come in every shape, size, color, hair length, hair texture, eyelash. Now that's why, this is off the subject, but that's why when we talk about just women in period, like women, like it's like I just don't understand like of the greatness of a woman have. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do they understand it? But because a lot of times I think they play themselves short because they can get a lot further in life if they just understand and embrace themselves and then just be real and let a man come see you and your realness. Like, all that stuff that the stuff that they telling you have to do, none of that stuff is needed to a real man. I don't care. I don't need your eyelashes up here. I don't need 10 wigs. I don't need none of it. But right now, some of the Amber Rose got Kanye West with a bald head. Like, I'm just saying, if you her, you her. You don't need all that.
I ain't never said in my life, damn, I want to fuck a weave.
Yeah.
Never. Or eyelashes.
I'm not body shaming. I'm not body shaming anybody. I'm just saying everyone looks the same. Months ago, a friend of mine, I know, never met him. She was red on every picture, smooth as all of that. Guy here look, listen, not here, but listen, 10 years older. She's a color. You know what I mean? So like at some point, I can't really see you now, but at some point, I'm gonna see you. So I'm saying, why put on all of this? Embrace who you are. I'm gonna like who you are. I'm really into who I talk to on the phone. But all that other stuff, I just don't get it. Go ahead, Chris.
But I think that what we should do, because I'm starting to do this. I've been doing it for a long time. What I say you should do is compliment women that you see as natural, and make sure, like, if I see a woman wear her natural hair, I compliment that one. Instead of, I'm not saying that with weave or braids, because my daughter wears braids and everything like that, so I'm not hating against it. I'm just saying I want to encourage women to be more natural. So that is what I compliment.
Well, most women get that with that nip and tuck what Tootie talking about, because when you look at the famous guys or the rich guys, they women look like that. So they're mimicking something so they can get chose. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they probably not gonna get to that level anyway. So they got to understand what their genre of fish that's swimming in their pond like. And most of those men like something with peace. And that you can't look at.
Yeah, a lot of people looking for something nice to define themselves. I'm gonna keep me some bad chicks to define myself by. But a real dude, you cute and you fine, but what you gonna do with that steak? What you gonna do when I cook this turkey necks and tomato sauce? What you gonna do? I get pulled over by troll. You know what I mean? Like, real life question. They want
what to do.
A wife, a mate. How down are you?
Yeah, I can.
Or it's just too much, bro. You hate to be just too much. Like, it's just like, bro, you don't have to. I don't need you to have to be able to go in the bathroom for 10 hours every time we gotta leave. I don't need that, bro. At some point, I need to be able to say, hey, come on, we're gonna go out here. You put on some jogging suit, jogging pants, and a t-shirt, and I'm still walking behind you like, boy, I can't wait to get home. I need to be able to do that too.
Not to mention, I want to pull your hair. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. That new wig was tough, Chris.
Huh?
That new wig was tough.
Tissue wigs from last year.
Bruh, Wigs R Us got that good glue. Yeah.
Off that back. Okay, thank you.
Wigs R Us. That glue tough, boy. I done seen some some wigs that's I'm talking about hurricane proof, cat 5. Them lace fronts is going, man. Listen, Ashley talking about we not pulling over, we running.
What you talking about?
Talking about we got pulled over. That's how down she is.
Amazing.
Amazing.
People be saying that and then get pulled over. She sleep. Fake sleep. Oh.
Hey, he told me he wasn't doing that no more, but
I ain't know nothing about that.
Hey, close the comments before we wrap up out of here. I'm going to the ladies' man first. Come on.
Oh man, I'm just gonna say thank y'all for tuning in. The merchandise is on the way. A couple of women got Black Super Friends shirts. I saw you guys post your selfies and tag them to the page. I want to say thank you for always supporting us. Again, thank you for coming out again on a Monday, listening to our jargon. You could have been watching Monday night football. Instead, you're here with us. So for that, we do appreciate you. And we'll see you next week.
Hey, y'all send me those pictures. I didn't get a chance to see it. I got the notification, but I want to see if I can repost them again too. Hey, gotcha. Chris.
Okay. I know on the show we take the time to celebrate Black male excellence, and this is another opportunity that I want to do that. I have a really, really good friend of mine whose book he just dropped his book, Dr. Dariel D.T. Henry. His book is called College Debunked. College Debunked is how to go to college on a football scholarship, a guide for parents, single moms, guardians, Pop Warner, Little League, high school, and junior college players. Man, I think this is a great pickup. Mine is actually on the way. I just ordered it off of Amazon, but check that out. Dr. Dariel D.T. Henry, great friend of mine. Y'all check out this book.
Hey, Chris, if you give me the information, I'll buy one on behalf of the Black Super Friends. And we can post it. Okay, and we'll raffle off to one of our viewers. Mario.
First of all, I want to say our prayers are out with my boy Dak, man. This is no laughing matter. See, at this time of a pandemic, America's team needs America to stand behind us right now. Because this is no time for division right now. Not only are we losing the fight to COVID, but now we're almost losing the football fight to the NFC East. So we need y'all tonight, before you lay your head to sleep, to send one up for Big Four. Because if you know right now, you want a black man to get paid. And they got him by his bootstraps right now. Because he bet on himself and the team won. And if you know something about Jerry, he ain't the most friendly to people who can't do something for him. So just in the nighttime, when you're praying for your friends and everybody else you're praying for, just send one up for old Dak that he come on back. Thank you. And I'm on behalf of Cowboy Nation, we thank you.
Man, listen. Well, in the heart of football, I want to say something to America's team. Wherever Tom Brady's playing is America's team. I'm crossing racial lines to support such an angel face hero in American football. So God bless Tom Brady. I want to say we're going to have a show about politics because I got so much to say. To Renee, your shirt is here. I'm not going to pay. We're not going to do shipping. You have to pick up. But I want to give and Chris does something that's amazing. He gives out honorable mention to different people. And I want to tonight, I wanted to highlight somebody in my community, the Pink Queen Foundation. The love of my life lost her life to breast cancer, and my other grandmother lost her fight to cancer. And then you have the Pink Queen Foundation that does a lot of work in our community. She raffles off, she raises money, and she gives care packages to different people once they're diagnosed, just keeping them encouraged, and a support group for different women who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. And that is something that has attacked our community for a long time. So I want to give a salute to Miss Sproul from the Pink Queens Foundation, who's doing a raffle right now for charity. And I'm going to buy tickets on behalf of each member of BSF to support this organization. And hopefully one day that we can tackle cancer and save some of these beautiful Black women that we're losing too early and too soon. Chris, you had another issue?
No. Honestly, man. Now that you bring about that subject of death, I want to give a big shout out to my homie, Beto. Um, Beto, a good dude, man. We share the same birthday. We did a lot of work musically together. But besides music, I felt like he was my brother, man. And it's a tough loss. It's really been this one has really been tough because he's one of the first guys that truly embraced me when it comes to musically in Orlando, but it was much deeper than rap. So I just want to say, man, I know we didn't talk as much as we used to before your passing, brother, but I'm gonna always remember you, and I'm gonna continue to release music that we done together because I would always cherish it now. But big shout out to Beto, man. May you rest in heaven, man. Thank
All
you.
right. Hey guys, next week to the ladies, I want to do a show. We're going to do a show that's going to really get you involved. Two subjects that we want to tackle next week. We want to talk about 3 essential things that you should tackle when dating someone new, and we're going to share with you what you should be looking for in a mate, successful marriage. So yeah, we got to bring that next week, Chris.
Let's see if we can get at least 2 of our female audience to come on or something like that because I think oftentimes we speak on these relationship situations, and maybe sometimes we do kind of need a female perspective. So if you want to be on the show, here's what you do. I want you to repost this show. I want you to tag 10 of your friends, and next week we will pick and select the person the 2 women that we're going to bring on the show and have this. What can we say?
Discussion.
Battle of the Sexes.
Yes, we'll have that. We'll do that.
We're gonna have a conversation.
You're just gonna have a
See
conversation.
if we can't iron out some of the discrepancies that we have as men and as women as it pertains to obtaining that opposite sex. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nika Fallon says she wanted a shirt today too.
Who?
Nika Fallon.
Hold
I
on.
seen it in the Falana, my bad.
There you go.
She said, I said Fallon. She said it in the message that you want a shirt today, and she spelled it in all caps and incorrectly. Don't spell it incorrectly because Tootie will attack you about spelling things incorrectly.
But she did bust a caps lock at his ass, so you better get on.
Well, that's interesting. So yeah, we'll do that next week, guys. We want to thank everybody that tuned in this week. We will, Monday night, nobody great played tonight. So Monday night, 9:00, Monday Night Raw. We'll be back next week with those subjects and special guests. But stay tuned for our other shows as well as the network grows. I am the Horace Towns signing off, joined by Super Mario 561. Sing Chris and the ladies man, Leon Phelps. So tuning out.
King